Are we ready to record or no? Just part of it?
Yeah.
Give me.
Welcome everyone to the Beers on Head podcast. Hope you stay for another day. Okay. Oh, hey! I didn't see you guys there. Welcome to Beers on Heads episode. What episode is this? 6 or 7?
6.
I just came.
Welcome to Beers on Heads episode.
This is bullshit. I go 1 week without having a creative idea for the intro, and Pete steals everything I've ever done.
I literally just picked up the guitar. It was right there.
Yeah, but Keith's a lot better singer than you are, and it's not even close.
Who is?
That was dope, dude. Do you want me to play another song?
Well,
I'll
I
play
think
the song
Did
right
you
now.
say, Will? What the did you just say?
So that Pete's a lot better singer than you are, and it's not even close.
We'll play another song next week. It doesn't matter. I can do it all the time. It's just
You know what? You try to sing Soundgarden and then get back to me. It's a very hard pitch to hit.
All right. Anyway, this is episode 6 or 7. I think it's episode 6, and we got a guest today. We'll introduce him later. But first of all, what we're going to start with is the ever-important KBO rankings. How's everyone doing? I know my team, the Y Gardens, are doing great. Justin, please fill us in.
What? No, Wineburn.
I don't know. The Wyvern. Yeah, and by the way, I figured out what it was. It's a badass dragon, like Game of Thrones style.
Yep, exactly. Do you want your updates now or not?
Yeah,
because
hit me. I thought
I'm just gonna let you know. Will, your team fucking sucks. Pete,
Yeah.
your team fucking sucks.
We're still the best
Your
KBO.
team fucking sucks. My team is king of the castle right now. The Dinos at 6-1. The SK Wyverns are actually at the bottom, 1-6.
Oh, damn, dude.
So
I always pick the shittiest teams, man. That sucks.
And you know what sucks, Pete, is I told you to pick the Kiwoom Heroes, and they're in second place. And you
I'm not a bandwagon type of guy. So
that's not a bandwagon. I just mean like listening to me. I know my Korean baseball. I told you to pick the Kiwoom Heroes, and you did.
I like the underdog story. They're going to come back and win it all.
Well, they're not is a thing, but
I haven't watched a single game.
Will, the Kia Tigers, they are 4-4, healthily in the middle of the pack, but with really no hope for anything, really.
Does this look like a face that cares right here? Does that look like a face that cares to you?
Well, you're frozen.
You're frozen. You can't see because you're frozen. You look like a blizzard.
And to be honest, it really doesn't look like you care because you are frozen in a very dismayed way.
Still frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen like a DQ
This
blizzard,
is going
bro.
great. Episode 6, everyone. Justin, what was your team?
The Wiz.
Ah, yes, the KT Wiz. Actually, tied for last with Pete's Wyverns.
Hey, it's on, bro. I swear, it's on, bro.
So if you want to
never see him coming.
Each team, my NC Dinos are 6-1, sitting in the catbird seat. Will's Kia Tigers sitting comfortably in a very mediocre, like 8th place at 4-4, and Justin and what's your name, Pete? You guys are 1-6, both, healthily in dead last.
You know what? I'm gonna start watching now because when I start watching, that's when the rebirth begins.
Oh,
that's when the dragons fly.
I'm sure as soon as you start watching, yes, you guys will make up that difference in about a week's time.
Yeah, it's not even a deal, bro. All right, so
I'm still frozen.
you're still
Oh,
frozen.
absolutely you are, pal.
Like a sonic blast, dude. All right. Hey, everybody, we have a guest on this episode, our second guest ever. And like we did with our first guest, Ty Richardson, I want to go around the room, and I want you guys to rate how famous you think he is, 0 through 10. And I'll start with you, JJ.
4.2.
4.2?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Steve?
Well, I made a promise to Keith later in the... But not actually, I'm going to, in the future, make a podcast to Keith because, as y'all know, we record this live while you're watching it on YouTube. So I'm going to make a promise to him later that I wouldn't let him be less than Keith or than Ty. So Keith, I'll give him if I give him a 9.5. If I give him sorry.
You said what? 9.5?
Yeah, I'll give him a 9.5.
That's absolutely ridiculous, and this whole thing is BS. I'd say Keith.
Him and Nolan Richardson, right there.
At least you're piping up the guest, which is just obviously setting you up for disappointment. Honest to God.
If it's one
Honest
thing
to
that
God.
Keith needs, it's an ego boost, much like myself.
Less famous than Ty, 100%. I swear I'm going with like a 1.6. Like the only way you ever know him is if you follow like the deep crevices of Arkansas Razorback sports. And if you're like a kind of Twitter fan, you might have seen him on this new hype video about Desi Sills. But that's it. Our guest is Keith Grayson, the disgruntled former president of the Arizona freaking Razorback Club, I think. See, that's how famous he is.
Vicente!
Hey, so let's get to Keith. Bringing in our guest today is Keith Grayson. There's a lot of titles that we could give this guy. He's done a lot in his young life, but I'm going to go ahead and say that he's going to be our desert correspondent for the day. We're going to get to some of the things he's doing later, but for now, welcoming Keith Grayson, our second guest ever, our oldest guest ever. Keith, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. I'm a douchebag. Just call it what it is.
Yeah, Keith. Whenever like I see myself in like maybe like I don't know 20 years, you're what I envision. So
Oh my god. That is such low standards. I swear that's honestly sad, JJ. We're gonna have to talk about this later offset because that is awful.
I think
Definitely
that's selling Keith short, and I think it's selling me long.
yeah, probably somewhere in the middle. I could actually see you being Keith in about 15 years. So I really don't want to think about that. Having young Keith Grace on the show, we got two of them. That's bad news. But we're gonna get right into some topics. First of all, the MLB draft is shortened to 5 rounds. That doesn't really mean a lot for players like, I don't know, say Heston Kjerstad or Casey Martin or some of these first-round guys, but it means a lot for college baseball. I know JJ's a really big college baseball guy, so I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the 5 rounds?
Well, first of all, I think I'm like now 95% sure that Opitz is coming back.
Yeah.
That's both my own intuition and it's a little word through the grapevine. Opitz is going to be back. Now, if he doesn't, I look pretty dumb right now.
Yes,
But
you do.
yeah, but I think he legitimately may come back. I think it's going to get interesting. We've seen already 4 people into the portal in the past like 24 hours. One of which being Curtis Washington. So, whoops, that's like a pretty big miss there. So like it's already starting to like really crunch, and that's with like a top 5 class coming in. So like it's like a good problem to have for us, but there's other schools out there where like if they have like a few guys go pro, they're absolutely done for. It's good, and the way they set this up like confuses me wholeheartedly. Keith, what is that?
Trivia in high school. Recruiting code. No joke.
Okay, so like the way they like set up this draft, like the 5 rounds, whatever, it's fine. I don't care, but if you don't get drafted, you can only sign for $20,000. So you have guys that are going to be like 6th-round talent and would be expecting $1 million signing bonus or like a $750,000 signing bonus. Now getting relegated to a $20,000 bonus. That's like going to a strip club and it's just like all like 300-pound women.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not going to do it if
you're not going
like
to do it.
a
You're going in
6-pound
with
guy.
high expectations, and then all of a sudden, like you got to settle for that. No, thank you. So I don't know. It's going to be a shit show either way. I don't know what baseball's going to do. I don't know what college baseball's going to do. It's going to be a mess.
This
Well,
would
the
be a
moral of the
good time
story.
to. This would be a good time to increase the scholarship limits.
Which they've talked about. They're going to do that, but not by a whole lot.
Should have been done anyway, but continue.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point too. I mean, really, what it's going to do, it's going to be make college baseball better for at least a year. And there's going to be a bunch of 6-rounders that are just going to come back, and you're going to have an influx of talent, especially the SEC. And you think about high school guys that have this 1 year to get drafted, or they have to make a decision to go play college ball. You're going to get a lot of kids that maybe are projected 10th rounders, and then they're going to have to go play college ball, which is good for college baseball, in my opinion, at least in the SEC level. Keith, I know you don't really study anything. You're kind of stuck in your own world there. But have you had a chance to dissect this news?
Yeah, I just heard my name, so I'm not paying attention. So hey, maybe JJ can answer this too. So if those guys are transferring, who are like? Don't we have 2 top 100 guys that have probably said that they're going to come play now?
Yeah, I mean, we have some like top 100 like perfect game prospects that have already said, hey, like I'm going to Arkansas regardless. So like that like helps like soften the blow, but like it's hard to like replace someone like Curtis Washington, where I mean he easily could have been like at least like a midweek starter next year, and like he has like 2 years of experience in college ball already. It's hard to like replace that into like your roster. We're doing it with talent, which is like what a lot more than other schools can say. So it's easier for us. But like I said, like there's other schools where they're losing these people to the portal or to the draft, and they don't have that hole anymore. They don't have that like high school talent coming in that can plug and play like that.
Yeah, man, Washington was huge, dude. Like, I don't know. That's a big blow because wasn't he like he was killing it in some what's that summer league? But I guess that was over. Like coming into
Yeah.
the season, he was like killing it in his developmental stuff.
Right. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think the sector that does the best with this is JUCOs and prep schools. Like, I think you'll see a lot of top talent like end up in these like 1 or 2 year colleges and then go to the draft after 1 year. I don't think they're going to want to commit to playing to a D1 college for like 3 years.
Probably.
All right, boys. I guess the first live sports happened this weekend. I didn't really get a chance to watch it because I didn't want to pay for the pay-per-view, but I did obviously catch the part on ESPN. The real question is, I'll start with you, Steve, because I didn't really get to you. Do you care about the UFC?
I didn't care about it to begin with. I tried to watch a little bit of it, like you on ESPN the other day. It freaks me out, especially with no fans, because you can literally hear every slap and punch and kick, and I don't want to hear somebody's bones crunch. I mean, sorry.
I mean, that's the best part about it
It was
all.
awesome.
That was the only part I liked about it.
Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from. I mean, you probably were raised in a good family and don't have any issues, which is good for you. That's awesome. But for most people, man, that's the best part is like the bone breaking stuff. The thing for me is there's not enough of it. But of course, since it was on TV, it was very entertaining. Like I'm so happy that somebody finally nutted up, like Dana White, who's got the money, is like, I'm just gonna do this. And then of course you have the Arkansas fact that we'll get into. Thug Nasty's awesome. Um, Kid out of I think Cersei, right? And he's
Cabot.
Cabot.
Come on
Cabot.
now.
He's out of Cabot. I think he
Don't
lives in Cersei,
don't do
something
Cabot
like
like that.
that. I don't know, but he's just easy to root for because if you're from Arkansas and you've been to the central part or the eastern part of the state, I mean that's how it's done over there, boy. I mean they're the real deal, son. And everyone's rooting for him. I think he's like 4-0 now, 13-0, and he doesn't look like he's much. I mean he's sticking bones, but you know if you've ever been in a fight down here, those scrappy kids are the ones you got to watch out for. So that was
Cabot,
entertaining.
man. I tell you what, we got 2 of them on the show right now.
How many JJs would it take to get one Bryce Mitchell?
17, no less.
7?
Teen.
You're like
17.
what, like 6'4", 6'3"?
I'm 6'3", 200 pounds of just baby fat.
JJ, Justin, look up how big Bryce Mitchell is. I think he's like Keith size. Which
Bryce is like
5'5",
5'8", like $150.
5'8",
Yeah,
like
he's featherweight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a big dude, but he can whip my ass 3 times a day.
Oh yeah.
So you think he's just so quick that 7 of you
Yeah,
really
he's
17,
featherweight.
17. You're missing the teen.
I don't know, man. You really think like low of yourself. If that's the case.
Not really, but like, and when it comes to a fight, I'm never gonna pick me.
Keith, I know you don't care about UFC. Do you have any good bar fight stories though?
Yeah, well, it's a long story, but I don't want to. I have a bar. The last time I was in a bar fight was it was the week that we lost to LSU in 2010, 9 or 10, and it was at this place that's defunct now called the Firehouse, and I was sitting there by myself. And this guy
That's
was,
sad.
I was
Sorry.
drinking my sorrows away from that loss. It was just a brutal loss because that was like for our title, right?
Yeah, was that the 1 versus 3 year?
That
Yeah.
was 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highsmith returns a scoop and score on a fumble to go up 14-0, and then now they're throwing fades and it's like 42-14 at the end of the game or something. They're throwing fades like 2 minutes left. But anyway, I had glasses at the time, and this guy was saying something to me. He stands up and he's like, you look like a loser. I don't know what he said. Some drunk douchebag in Scottsdale. I was probably looking in a mirror. And so I take my glasses off, and his buddy comes up and he's walking around this table, and he couldn't get around the crowd. So this buddy comes over. I'm double fisting Jack and Coke, and the guy takes my drink out of my hand, his friend does, and throws it in my face. and then I swing, he drops, and then I go into a pile basically of security guards and these idiots, and there's four of us got thrown out at the same time, and I look up, and the biggest guy's got my glasses, puts them on the ground, and steps on them, and they walked off. And I was
That's
like, that was the
uncalled
biggest
for.
move I've ever seen in my life. And there's three of them. They should have stomped me out.
Yeah.
If you're ever in town, like you need somewhere to stay for, eyes, like man, I don't want you to be alone at the bars anymore. You can always come over to the links over here, buddy. Also, by the way, I like how you just kind of threw that in there, like the actual fight. You're like blah blah blah, da 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 da. I swing, he falls. Like that's it.
I noticed that.
Yeah, like,
He was
swing,
trying
he
to.
goes
I mean,
story.
that seems like he.
Nobody in that situation, the way that I used to look with beardless, nobody thought I was swinging the first punch. But all these guys talk noise. The trick to a bar fight is it's the dazed and confused rule. You get the first punch in, and 99% of the time you win, except when you don't keep swinging or if it doesn't get broken up. There's
That
one
is a good
swing
way
and
to
the
go
security
about it.
was on you.
That is
I
a good
guess
way to
that's
go
true.
about it. If you swing first, like 100% of the time, you're gonna have the advantage.
Is it
So-
awkward, like getting thrown out of a bar with someone you just fought? Like, do you continue the fight outside, or are you just like, hey man, we had a good fight in there, and just like go your separate ways?
Oh, dude, I thought they were gonna kill me. Like these guys were, of course, they were way bigger than I was. That's how the story has to go.
Yeah,
Like,
Keith
pick up
Keith
the
knocked out a guy that was 6'8", 290, pure muscle.
And they're like, "Hey man, one of his friends come get him." And Keith's like, "Man, I'm alone. I don't have any glasses. I'm happy you made it home, and I'm happy you're here today, buddy. Honestly."
Keith's met me out at the bar. He knows I'm not shy.
Nah, man, Keith's a good time. We were hanging out at Farrell's. Shouts out Farrell's. They were a really good host. But
He was like dogging on me because I was smoking weed in public.
I was like, "Man, this isn't Arizona. You want to hit?" I was like, "No, dude, we're on Dixon Street, you idiot."
What are they gonna do? Arrest me?
Yes.
I'm
100%
Keith
of the
fucking
time.
Grayson.
The problem is
Okay.
I lived in Vegas for 6 years, and now I'm down here. So I've been kind of like in these lawless areas, and so you have to like murder somebody in Phoenix to go to jail. So I'm probably not Fayetteville. Maybe I'm supposed to come back in 2 weeks, so we're definitely raising hell.
So
let's go.
Are you bringing that pappy that you promised me?
I'm drinking some booze. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is our restaurants open down there? They just opened up, I think, yesterday in Arkansas.
Yeah, they just opened up, and I'm gonna wait this thing out. I'm gonna sit back for 2 weeks and see what happens.
Yeah, your immune system's probably shot.
Dude, I'm 38, going on like 67.
You're in danger. You're the part of the population. Maybe Will too. I know Will's like what?
Whoa.
Wait, so can we clear something up? So I told Pete, he called me to see if I want to be on the show, and I was like, I don't know if I want to double the age, like, I don't know if I want to double the amount of gray pubes on the show. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, Will's like 42 with 4 kids, right? Will Steed the third? Like, how old are you?
I'm 20. I'm almost 25. But,
Almost 25.
yeah, no, I get that a lot. It actually. I was cleaning out. I'm moving right now, and I was cleaning out my old apartment yesterday, and I found my old fake ID from a long, long time ago, and I was kind of like, it looked like shit, and I was like, I never really needed this because I already looked 37. Like,
Yeah, you're good, man.
I don't know.
The biggest guy with progeria that I've ever seen.
Jeez.
What's that word? What is
Speaking
that
of-
word?
you don't do big words on the podcast.
What does
Keith.
that word mean, Keith?
Progeria, have you ever seen those kids that are like 7, but they're 93 years old? They age like...
Benjamin Button.
Oh, like wrinkles and shit. No, that's just from the alcoholism.
Hey guys, speaking of overweight, Adele lost 100 pounds, and the internet is absolutely roasting her. You should have been like, hey, this picture of Adele came out and she looks great. She looks fantastic, but people are congratulating her. And then 10 minutes later, these people come in and they're like, hey, she was beautiful the way she was. So to me, that's really dumb. Like, that's a huge accomplishment, losing 100 pounds. I mean, it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, and the people that are going like, when she was a big old girl, she was beautiful. That's just disregarding everything she did. JJ, what's your take, Future?
I mean, like, she looks like every like sorority girl I hooked up with in college. So like, take that as what
all
you
three
will.
of
Sure, Pete.
them?
But no, I have no issue with the way she looks. I think she looks good. Like,
Does she look better than she looked before?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, if you're saying no, then I don't think. Okay, I don't think anyone's saying she looks worse. I think everyone like the like up in the arms people are be like, oh, she sold out. Like she wasn't like she should have been body positive. And like, no, she looks better. Like
She's
why would you get
healthier.
mad? Yeah, why would you get mad?
I would love to lose a lot of weight. Keith, I know you used to be about 300 pounds. How was your transition?
I'm at my peak weight right now. I've never been above 185.
What?
So wait, so let's get Pete's let's get Pete's kind of like baseline of what he thinks is attractive first. So when asked
Wait.
when
Ooh,
asked in a
I like
previous
ooh.
podcast, when asked in a previous podcast on y'all's show, and Pete was like, if you could get like drunk and sit alone with like one chick, like who would it be? And Pete picked Oprah.
Yeah, that was the
Hey.
worst answer I've ever heard on this podcast, and there's been a lot of
Listen.
bad answers.
Listen.
There's somebody we got to peel that onion back a little bit. Like where on the I don't know
Listen,
where on the
man.
Ken doll did
He was like, you
your
don't have
like
to drink.
nanny touch you?
He was like, you don't have to drink with her. She's just like powerful. And I was like, you may like Beyonce's powerful. Like, why would you have a drink with her?
So I'll be honest. I like a little cushion for the pushing, but that's not like the
Jesus.
thing that we're talking about right now. We're talking about Adele, and I think she looks healthier. Like, good for her. But personally, I'd take the big Adele. Like that's
you-
my,
do you
or
spell-
somewhere,
hang on,
somewhere in
hang on.
between.
Joking.
Oh,
Come
stop it.
on.
Why are we
Don't
doing
do
this,
that.
man? We're just digging ourselves holes here. I was just
Pete,
here
do
to
you-
like praise
He
Adele.
would
for
like to
losing a
dig
bunch of
apparently
weight.
a hole in Big Adele.
I would
Pete,
dig a
do
hole.
you spell thick? Do you spell thick with CK or two C's?
He
Obviously,
spells it with 4 C's.
3 or 4 C's.
no. I mean, ask any of my friends. Like, I have a history of like women that are bigger, and there's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, I prefer it. So like, what do you want me to say, Keith? Yeah, I like a down home woman, and I like Oprah. I think she's interesting. I like conversation. I like a little pillow talk, Keith. Something you wouldn't know anything about. All right.
This is dark. This is a dark episode.
Pete,
Hey, so
this is what Pete can do. He has the power of this. He can say something outrageous, and we really want to dissect it, and then like he can be like, "All right, so next topic," which is exactly
Yeah.
what he tried to do there. And we're not
No.
going to let you, Pete. No, I need to get into this.
Speaking of wildebeest, let's go talk about Tiger and Phil. All right, guys. Hey,
You were about
talking
to throw
talking
me.
about devouring some wildlife. Let's talk about Tiger and Phil, guys. So you got the odds here, JJ, of this upcoming matchup. What's going on?
All right, so it was Justin and Pete. Y'all had Woods and Manning, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're minus 200 favorites. So Vegas agrees with you guys.
Yeah, because we're smart.
Thank you.
Mickelson Brady is plus 150. So, with that being said,
I still think we need to do our bet. It needs to be like even. Hey! We got Keith here. Keith, who
Sorry.
should the loser? Just imagine it's a 50-50 bet. What should the loser have to do? It's me and Justin against Will and JJ.
what's the bet?
What's the punishment if you lose?
well, we're talking about like the Woods and Manning against Phil and Brady.
So one of my favorite movies of all time is Four Rooms, and at the end of Four Rooms, they make a bet on who can light if this guy can light his cigarette lighter 10 times in a row, and he's either going to get Quentin Tarantino's Red Chevelle or he's going to cut off the end of his pinky. So that's a bet. Cut off the end of your pinky.
Or get
Yeah.
a Chevelle.
I still like the idea of loser buys dinner for the winners at Herman's, but I mean, we could do the pinky thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Let's,
if you're losing a digit, you better get it right.
Loser
Let's go.
Loser loses pinkies. Winners do podcast naked.
I think we need to work our way up to that. We need to start small because, like, if we get any bigger than this, we're gonna need to up the ante. So we need to save
Okay,
that
all
one
right.
for later.
Yeah,
We'll
middle
do,
cut off
we'll do
your pinky
tassels.
toe.
Do nipple tassels and a ball gag for the podcast.
The thing is, JJ wants that. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's why
that's where you're.
that.
It's
So
hard
it's not
to
a
come up with a
punishment
bet
then.
for me because I enjoy too many really twisted things.
Yeah, he's
You
really into BDSM, so like we really don't want to get too far into that. I said that the loser has to come on with like an Ole Miss swag Kelly jersey.
I hated that one. I didn't like
It's
that.
kind of
just
elementary, but
I just accepted that one because we were like kind of dragging on with the original conversation, much like this one. So like I was just like, sure, whatever. We'll come up with something better. And here we are, about a month later, and we haven't come up with anything.
can
better.
we just find something in the middle of like cutting limbs off and stupid T-shirt bet? We'll find something. I promise you.
We've
All
been
right.
saying.
All right. So instead of playing this SEC grinder, we've moved on to these drafts that we like to do. Last week was honestly a mistake on my part. I want to apologize to everyone that was listening. I lost my head and I didn't draft a quarterback.
You're a special type of stupid. You know that?
I thought there was going to be 7 rounds. There was only 6. I'm the one that chose 6 rounds.
Yeah, I was
So
about to
that's
say, like,
technically
you're the
on
one
me.
that should have known off the jump that it was 6 rounds.
So yeah, that was a rough one. Did we go ahead and say that JJ won?
Yeah.
You gonna,
No, we're gonna just concede that. Okay.
I mean, I think I had a pretty good chance there, but if y'all don't like Randall Cobb, I
I
guess.
think I had a pretty good chance
Think about
He
too.
it.
loves Randall Cobb now because he would have killed for him.
I had a pretty good chance too. I know who came in last, so we'll just leave that alone.
If I would have got my quarterback, I think I had the best team. But that's neither here nor there. We're moving on to a different sport, and we're gonna do basketball. So everyone don't be an idiot. Everyone, use your brains. Pick by position. Don't draft 5-point guards. Don't be an idiot. Okay. That's what we're gonna try to do. And we're doing SEC players since
Pete, don't be
2000.
an idiot.
And by the way, this is the first time Keith's hearing about this, so get out your pen and paper, buddy. We're gonna do a little draft. And I'm gonna let you go first because you're the guest. I'm gonna let JJ go second since he won last week. Sneed third, and I'm gonna go last because I deserve it.
Are you letting me go third because I look like an NBA executive?
Yes.
You look like David Stern.
Wait, best SEC basketball players from what?
since
2010.
2000. Since 2000, no.
2000.
Oh, 2000, I guess.
Since 2000, Keith. Pick one. Any player.
Oh, easily Malik Monk. He's my favorite player of all time.
Okay, you hit some Malik Monk. Justin, you writing these down, buddy?
Tough to beat that one.
All right. Got Malik Monk number 1. What about you, JJ?
Matt Jones. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go. I'm gonna go Anthony Davis, power forward, Kentucky.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. What about you?
Give me John Wall, guard, Kentucky.
Yep, that's another good one, buddy. Those are 2 high caliber choices. I'm gonna go with DeMarcus Cousins.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Wait, are we saying Anthony Davis is a center or power? I guess it really doesn't matter. I just need
It
2
doesn't
big
matter.
men.
He's a forward.
Yeah.
All right, back to you, Keith.
This is not easy for someone who doesn't remember when 2000 was.
Well, you could
20 years.
You can name somebody, and then we'll double
Keith,
check.
I was 5 years old in 2000.
I know how you guys are like nerds about sports. I can't keep up. Like this
God
is late.
dang.
Like I'm not really that. No. I can't even name all the SEC teams. I keep on going back.
Just pick your crappy team, and we'll make fun of it.
Joakim Noah.
Oh,
Good damn pick.
I was gonna choose Joakim.
Fuck you,
I think
Keith.
what do you call it? He's sandbagging us, man. He's sandbagging us. Joakim Noah's a great choice.
I like that one a lot. I'm gonna go. Oh, and it's not because of his college career because he sucked, but Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
That's a decent pick, I think, but whatever. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It is.
I've got one guard. Give me. I'm going to be biased, but I really like the way that he. You know what? Actually, no, never mind. No, I'm not. Give me Nerlens Noel.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think about Nerlens. Who are we gonna pick? Charles Thomas?
No, I was going to pick Gafford, but I decided not to.
I want to either go with a guard or like a center, but I'm gonna go with my swing man. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Chandler Parsons. Love Chandler Parsons back in the day, Florida.
Okay. That works.
My team's gonna be complete. All right, Keith, all you, buddy. You've had time to think. This isn't one where you go like this and look into Biddy's eyes.
No, This is moving way too fast.
Pete,
Wait, you guys had time to think? You guys like had this before the
Like,
show?
Oh,
No.
I can promise you, I haven't put a single thought into this since like until we started hitting record.
Well, after last week, I did put some thought into this. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
All right,
know.
I'm gonna go ISO Joe.
okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, Beal.
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Give me.
Just say it.
Go ahead and give me Gafford.
Gafford.
I'm not going to take your guy.
I do like that.
Hey, give me Mini Shaq. Give me Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Oh, damn.
I love it.
Damn.
I love it. I keep sitting here like literally sweating in the Arizona
Dude,
heat.
I'm trying to think of shooters. The thing is, like, you're supposed to fill out like a position. Like we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I need a
Yeah.
center and a point guard. Or can I go with another like shooting guard?
I don't
No
know, man.
rules. Nobody gives a shit.
I mean, we're not
no
exactly
rules.
like
Hey,
putting
it's
this to
just
the
what's
test.
your like NBA blackcourt team? Just a 5-on-5, whatever you think's gonna be good.
No, is it SEC or
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what they did in the league?
This isn't an SEC podcast. I mean, it matters what it did in the league because it's a big name.
Yeah, I mean, I chose Ben Simmons, and he wasn't shit at LSU.
If it's a college team, I'd have to go with Lofton from Tennessee.
That's
He's
Chris
like-
Lofton's good.
Yeah, that's a damn good pick.
Yeah, I swear you're sandbagging because you're like, I'm not. I want to pick.
I only remember
like,
certain positions, dude. And
Job
then I like
Lofton
watch
out of nowhere.
my two teams are like Arkansas, and then I pay attention to like the point guards at UConn. Then
Well,
I'm
you know,
weird
Chris
about basketball.
Chris Lofton is one of the best guards like of the era. That's good. All right, what about you, JJ?
Tayshaun Prince.
Hey, all right. Was he like 2000, 2001?
No, he was like 03, 04.
I remember him with the Pistons teams.
Oh, absolutely. He was great. Oh, he was in the 04 championship team, so he must have been like 2001 Kentucky.
Something like that. All right, what about you, Sneed?
Give me De'Aaron Fox, point guard from Kentucky.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to this one. I want Marshall Henderson.
Damn you!
I
Let's
like
go.
that. I like that a lot.
My team is trouble, man. Yeah, boy, rogue. All right, this is your last pick. See how I said that? This is your last pick, Keith.
Oh, by the way, I listened to last week's podcast, and I explicitly said, with my last pick, this is the last round, and I'm going blank.
I
No.
was having a weird day.
You were having a day. Let's be clear.
I was having a weird day. I dipped into the box early.
That's understandable.
Mr. Grayson.
Bro, I don't have a point guard.
I
that
can
think
give you a
of.
referral.
Fox is good. Yeah, can I have a phone a friend?
And we'll ask Justin who you gonna phone.
Justin, pick my last pick.
Sure, we can take Rashawn Madden.
Rashawn Madden.
That kid. I hate that guy.
Hey, that's me.
Hi,
JJ,
hi. Not Rashad.
Hey,
Wait, do I
I
have
guess
to
Justin's not your
cut my
friend.
big toe off now or something? Like, do I have, this is where we like get the butcher block out?
Hey,
Yes,
nothing against
actually.
Rashawn Madden, but I think you automatically lost with that pick. JJ, go ahead.
Okay,
Thanks,
so I
Justin.
need one last big man, and we are going to go with. Oh shit! He didn't play in the SEC. I was gonna pick DeAndre Jordan. We're gonna go with Ronaldo Balkman at South Carolina.
I remember him.
He was a stud.
That's all I can say. I remember him.
He was a stud. You add that part to it.
All right, what about you, Will?
Well, I could either go with a small forward or another guard, and I think I'm going to go with another guard. Solely for defensive purposes. Give me Patrick Beverly.
Oh,
Not bad.
Who'd
I'll
you pick,
take.
JJ?
I was just gonna come up with another player because I already regret picking him, but
No,
Ronaldo Balkman.
I'm gonna take Colin Sexton.
That's a good pick.
All right, that's it. Justin, go ahead and tell us what's up.
I still think I won.
All right. JJ's got Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons, Bradley Beal, Prince, Ronaldo, Wallman,
Walton.
these guys. So
All right, you know what? I may lose automatically because Justin can't pronounce my guy's name.
That's a tough look. That's a tough
Pete
look.
has DeMarcus Cousins, Chandler Parsons, Big Baby, Marshall Henderson, and Colin Sexton. Yeah, I think Pete's gonna win. Keith has Malik Monk, Joakim Noah, ISO Joe, Chris Lofton, Rashad Madden.
You have like
That's all
six
good
guards
until Madden.
somehow. How did you end up with 6 guards and we had 5 rounds?
Sorry.
Will
I
had
cheated and still got
Wall.
last.
John Wall, Nerlens Noel, Daniel Gafford, De'Aaron Fox, Patrick Beverly. I feel like it's between Pete and Will. It's between Pete and Will, but I feel like Pete's team probably wins.
Who does Pete have again?
You went with all the Hogs, man. And by the way, nobody drafted Bobby Portis.
If I pick Bobby, I win. Let's be clear.
No, you got
Sneed has
Black.
a f***ing draft board. Like, Sneed has a draft
Every
board.
week.
and you
They've
just
already
bring it
given
on
us
me.
shit for it.
Last week they fucked up my draft board and I was pissed about it. So I was going to make sure that this time around I had a damn draft board. I sabotaged my own microphone before we started to make sure that I had enough time. I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
You guys know. Yeah, you did, dude. That's messed up, man.
I should probably start really preparing for these shows, right? Because I just drafted Ronaldo Balkman.
Yeah, well, don't be an idiot and don't not draft a quarterback. That's something you would do, JJ. All right, so Keith's been joining us. I know he got that sprung on him. I honestly ended up with a pretty good team. Rashad Madden wasn't terrible, but definitely last place. Keith, you got a podcast out now. What do we got to look forward to?
So it's called Legends of Arkansas. It could be viewed upon as a spoof a little bit. I've been trying to call Tony Bua's roofing company. He never picks up the phone because I want to interview him. But it's basically just like an excuse to have something where I, talk to people that I wanted to talk to and take a show in a direction where I wanted to go with it. Kind of a fan-sided deal. I'm keeping it clean, so I can't call anybody or like JJ.
Hell yeah! Woo!
But
I hate that.
sorry, Justin.
That's only reserved for me. That's only reserved for me.
Yeah, I know. And it's just it's hard not to cuss on the air, actually.
Yes.
No,
you do a very bad job of it.
Yeah, it's today apparently, but yeah, no, it's kind of it's just a hobby. I'm definitely not trying to be as famous as I already am. Although JJ, did you see my tweet in the Arkansas Razorback basketball commercial the other day?
Yeah, I saw that. I was proud of you, and I also was like, wow, the black ball of JJ/Barstool Arkansas continues. Because I had a lot of good tweets about Desi.
We got to get some adoption papers from Musselman already. Well, I can forge something.
I really I think I got blackballed. I really do.
Well, you deserved it if you did.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Pete, for one.
Okay. Hey, I really like that first episode you did about the bomb squad, man. Just run us through that right quick. What that's all about. Because us young kids don't really know about it.
That's what it's about, because I think there's this generation, and not to sound, I'm only 38. I'm not that old, and I'm pretty much feel like I'm 25. But I think there's some kind of romanticizing about the good old days all the time about Arkansas, and everybody always talks about, the people that are older than me talk about the '64 championship, and nobody knows what the hell that's about. I think everybody that's on this show was not even born when we won the basketball championship, right?
I was born 3 months after.
I was in my mama's belly.
Yeah, so all of y'all are going to die without ever seeing a Hogs championship in any sport other than track. So I have to be able to tell those
Hey, we're
stories.
winning 2 in baseball in the next 10 years.
Oh, you said 3.
No, I didn't, Pete. If you listen to the damn word I say.
I don't care. Honestly.
But there were some fanatics back in the day that kind of started these traditions that we still uphold today. And although the left field thing out in at Baum Walker is a little commercialized now, with all the stuff you rent out and do the party bus thing or whatever out
those
there.
Things are weird.
But back in the day, these guys would just heckle the shit out of the left fielder, apparently until the guy sobbed and made him quit baseball, and then he ends up in the middle of the ocean and 10 years later, and it's actually his fishing guide. So the dude's got stories on stories. His name's Ricky Glover. He started it, and
what's the worst thing? What's the worst thing he's ever said to somebody? Did he tell you that, off air or anything?
I mean, they were actually clever with it, so he didn't really cuss him out or anything. I do remember there's another guy, John Clark, that was with them that would get way more heated, and I think he got a ball thrown at him, and he was removed from the stadium for a while. And then they would come back in disguise and try to get into the games,
Like
even though
Bobby
they're
Cox.
Yeah, or who's the
Not Bobby Cox. Valentine. Valentine.
Bobby.
That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So,
Well, dude, it was an awesome podcast, and if you want to hear more, you can just go ahead and listen to your podcast because you'll have a good time. Ricky Glover's an awesome person, man. He was really entertaining to listen to. And thanks for coming on, Keith. We're gonna rate how good of a guest you are before you come on. Probably gonna do worse than Ty Richardson. Not as a guest. You guys were both equally good, but like in terms of famousness, probably gonna do worse than he did. But it was good to have you on because you're a good friend of mine, and I appreciate it.
You're my hero.
Keith, I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
yeah, that's bullshit. No, we should. I'll fight Ty for that title.
Ty still doesn't have hair on his balls. I'm assuming Keith does. There's gray.
So
Ty
you're
is
like
just-
Ty's
just
age,
like-
and Ty acts like he's your age. Like it's a little switcheroo kind of deal.
Yeah, no ginger is gonna big time me, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Hey, man, next time you're in town, we're going to actually have a beer. And thanks for joining Beers on Heads and not drinking a single ounce. That's really on brand for you, man.
Yeah. Good one.
June
He
9th.
was drinking. He was
Yes,
drinking.
you missed it.
Oh, nicely done. Hey, congratulations. Thank you for joining us, man.
June 9th. I'll be in town.
We'll see you then.
Later,
Hey, man.
Mail tap. The second week I've done that. And last week you cut that out. Just leave that in. Hold on.
3, 2, 1.
Mailbag time.
Nut tap time, baby.
Okay. Question number 1 again from Sean, our guy. He every week, man, he brings
Shouts
heat.
out Sean.
If you had to attend a non-SEC Power 5 college, where are you going? This one should be easy.
Oh, Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Not a doubt in my mind. That place looks insane from everything I've seen. And then the beach parties. Dude, I'd have to, like...
No, there's no beach parties. It's in Tempe.
I meant pool parties.
Okay, I was about to say, I hope you realize there's no real beaches in Tempe.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm just saying, like, they look like they're a lot of fun, but I don't know if I could, like, compete, man. Those dudes are chiseled.
Oh no, personality kings. We could still clean
No,
up
Yeah, that's true. Personality kings. You're right, man. Thanks for hyping me up.
Yeah, of course.
Arizona
So you took Arizona State, I will go a much different route because I actually, believe it or not, had this option. I would go to Stanford. Palo Alto is beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you can maybe get a smart girl. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. All right, Will.
JJ's like going the route of like, oh, I'm going to go to the non-Ivy League. That's basically an Ivy League.
Wouldn't you?
No, I'm going to go. I'm going to go along the route of. It would, I can't say Syracuse either. I feel like that's not allowed. So I'll say USC, just solely because LA and
LA sucks, but okay.
No. But the
Inglewood.
the scene,
Inglewood.
scene of it all. Fight on.
What about you, Keith?
Fight on.
Well, I'm not into Asians, so I'm not going to Stanford. But I think, dude, I went to the TCU game, and there's some cloning device. Spits out 5'2" blondes and sundresses out of there.
Dude.
It is. I
TCU
could probably do a lot of damage there.
TCU/SMU. That would. I thought about that pretty heavily.
I actually had a nice little scholarship offer. It's a private university to go to TCU. I actually used to have a horned frog painted on my wall that I did myself. I was a big TCU guy. I wouldn't
I'm
visit
sure
the
that
campus.
looked great.
And
Did y'all riff ram?
I just had all 4 of my buddies from high school wanted to go to Arkansas, so I went that route. I'm happy I did. Arkansas is a great place to go to school. SEC school. Obviously, that's what the question. What?
Do y'all remember do you remember the riff ram, Pete?
The what?
Riff ram bar zoo lickety zoo who wah who give 'em hell TCU.
I don't remember that.
It's not important.
I had a fun time with some TCU girls at the TCU game too. I was gonna say TCU, but I've decided to say USC instead.
And I could not pull any of that. I was terrible, in a bar setting or a college setting or any sort of setting in my early 20s. And I also love my girlfriend very much.
Where do you thrive?
I put that.
If you don't thrive in
Um,
bars, where do you thrive?
Oh, I was decent at the dating apps.
I can see that. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that, but I can see that.
That's where personality kings come into
That's
play.
around when Keith was in college. What the hell? I mean, come on.
That was my next
Had a
question. I
long
wasn't going to
drought.
ask that, but
Keith is like one of those nerds that you see like those memes of where he's like on his computer and like the caption is like 6'9", such a snitch, he's not a real gangster. That's like,
Dude,
Look, I love Keith, but like
What
unless
did you
Keith was
say?
on Match.com, Keith, I love you, but unless you were in Match.com, dating apps were not around when you were.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like recently,
Oh,
like
okay.
If you were to translate your skills now to like when you were in college, like dating apps, you would like slay it.
so I used to work like 2 or 3 jobs in college, and then I would take my parents helped me out with tuition as long as I had a certain GPA, right? And I would take out a student loan, and then I would just blow it on shots. Like that, I had like 15,000 in student loans. That was just a bar tab on Dixon.
And
I
on
could see
Coke.
that as well. Yes, probably that too. All right,
That's how
JJ,
that's how it tricked.
next
Okay.
question.
All
That's
right,
how
next.
he convinced himself.
Next question from Dallas. What's your biggest tip for someone going into college? Will.
Why do we have to start with me? I mean, I feel like I'm going to give you the same one that everybody gives you, and it's what is it? Social life, study, and there's a third one.
STD prevention.
No. There's social life, study, and um, social life, study, and sure, STD prevention. Pick two.
Social distancing.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Two.
I think we've discussed this before, but
Seriously.
every time when you're like a freshman and it's a big like huge hall classes, like 200 people, the professor is gonna say the first day that class isn't mandatory, but that's just a test. It's a silly trick joke because it really is. Like that's the only way that you're gonna pass is if you show up. We've all tried that; it doesn't work. That's like what if somebody gave me that advice, I'd probably have done a lot better, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, man, go to class.
That's
Please.
not true. You could be a
No, Will.
dropout like me.
Keith's also a dropout.
Yeah,
College is bullshit. You should start. You're like wasting your earning potential. You should go pro early. Like just
And
go
there
straight to the
is
draft.
fault.
I actually agree with that.
I mean, I don't disagree, but if you go to college, go to class, get your money's worth out of it, please, God, because I did not.
Same.
Can I change my
Go in. Yeah, go in and get computer science degree if you're going to do anything. Go into technology or do something like that. If you go into communications, might as well just go like be a bum right off the bat.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is that's what I was going to change my answer to.
You guys are such geniuses right now.
No, if you're going to go get like a STEM degree or a law degree or something like that, like lawyer, journalism. If it's outside of STEM, if you're going into business, there's some business things that you can go into, but on top of that, go to class too.
Yeah, don't listen to Asher Roth either.
I don't my soapbox.
I was actually pleasantly surprised that Asher Off was pretty accurate.
I mean, he was somewhat accurate.
There's way too many kegs.
He said
like,
two.
in
He
this
said
video.
put 2 condoms on.
Yeah, no one puts
Not
2
like
condoms.
you don't put 2 condoms on.
Oh.
That's bad
That's
advice. A lot of bad.
Wait, I've been doing that for. Never mind.
Okay.
Thank you, JJ. I'm gonna use that.
Obviously didn't work.
Oh,
All right.
What is he talking about?
Next question.
next question.
Okay. All right. Oh God, that was bad. If you were the top quarterback recruit in the country, what school would you go to?
Oh come on.
So we're talking style of play, we're talking atmosphere, we're talking all of it. So like, if you were a top quarterback recruit, where would you go?
It doesn't matter.
Mississippi State.
Oh,
Damn you, Keith.
No, you go to. Hey, LSU is great. Go to LSU. It's fun.
I don't know. You could probably get into like an Eiffel Tower situation with your coach at Ole Miss. You're into that
Do you
sort of
want
thing.
that?
That reminds me of.
AJ, are you into that?
I'd say yes. go to LSU, man. Baton Rouge is fun.
LSU.
Yeah, and
They had
you'll
1 year of a good quarterback, dude.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
entire
but they
history
got
It's
of
all going to be over
It
after
doesn't
this.
matter. You're talking about if you're the number one quarterback in the nation, you go anywhere and you're going to be still like the number one overall pick.
Joe Brady is no longer there.
Right.
Joe Flacco went to freaking Delaware, and Carson Wentz went to North Dakota State, and they're still making bank. It's okay. Just go wherever you want to go.
I might go to Miami.
Arizona State, screw it. Yeah, Miami's cool. Do that.
I would go Miami.
Texas Tech air raid.
Coach Doug's.
Have you been to Lubbock? Have you ever been to
Never.
Lubbock?
Never.
Of course, I
We'll
chose
get into this.
Mississippi
We'll,
State.
we'll get into this.
I'm going to go to Lubbock.
We'll get into this next week, but I can't fucking stand Coach Doug's. I can't like.
I love Coach Doug's, but
I like it.
no, if you go to Lubbock, I think honestly that may be good for your quarterbacking skills, and it's not on the field play. I think having your head on a swivel with the Raider rash,
Yeah.
I think that you will constantly like have like field presence on or off the field.
And just dodging, like, what are those little things that roll? Like,
Raider rash. Tumbleweed.
okay. Yeah.
No way. I haven't answered yet. Thank you very much.
I thought you said oh, it's Pete that said LSU. Okay, Will, yes, go.
So the obvious answer to that is Missouri State because, as everybody knows,
Jesus
they've got
fucking
the
Christ.
guru called Bobby Petrino as their head coach. Number one. Number two. If you don't know already, then you should know. In the 417 area code, Springfield is not only the New York City and LA of that area code. Joplin is the Chicago. We'll let them have that. But Springfield's a great town. I grew up there, from there. Great place to be. So Missouri State, if I was the number one, second option would probably be Arkansas with Kendall Briles because Briles can coach a damn quarterback too.
You got number one and number two for Eiffel Tower situations in that list right there.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, what Petrino has only been guilty of being a cocksman. That's it, right?
That's about it.
Are we all?
Hey, Lamar Jackson won MVP last year of the NFL.
Thanks, Bob.
Shot of Petrino being on the podcast.
He also won a Heisman.
Oh yeah, we really had him on the line too.
I got his cell phone right here.
I'm sure you do.
He
All right.
followed
Set him up.
Twitter, I DM'd him.
While Keith calls Petrino, JJ's going to move on to the next question.
Yeah, Keith, actually try to call him. Let's see here. If you had a chance to play any athlete at any game to win $1 million, who and what are you playing?
Ooh.
So you want a situation where you want to beat that athlete.
Yes, I get that.
Okay, I just wanted to break that down for you because you didn't get a quarterback last week, so I feel dumb.
I'm going to race John Daly in the 100-meter dash.
That's a good answer,
It's a
actually.
good one.
That's a great answer. Will, go.
I feel like mine kind of goes along the same token. Can somebody tell me what Terrence Cody's 40 was? Because let me race Terrence Cody in the 100-meter dash.
I think he might beat you.
Oh, shit. I'm slow.
Yeah, no, Terrence Cody
It's
beat
going to
him.
be a photo.
Yeah, Will,
But it's going to be a photo finish. But I feel
no,
like
it's not.
I feel like it could be a photo finish.
Will,
I'd like to see that.
Will, that's no.
I think Terrence Cody's got you beat, man. He's up
By
there
at least
blocking
a
field
second.
goals, man. He's athletic.
All right, let me play Terrence Cody in. Let me play him in 9. We're both going to get high scores, but I feel like I could beat him.
Why are you just fixated on Terrence Cody?
Well, because he couldn't swing a club.
How about Bull in horse racing?
Well, that's not SEC.
Oh, you said
Dude, he's
SEC.
not a horse.
Well, Dan Skipper on horse racing.
Because of jockeys and shit.
I know I can't beat Dan Skipper in a 40. I probably couldn't get him playing golf either. Let me have
All right.
Terrence 9. 9 holes, Terrence Cody.
What's your thing with Terrence Cody, man?
Come get me.
Jesus. Okay.
I think I'd
So
have to
we're-
go with I'd go Bruce Jenner in a hot dog eating contest. Neither one of us have a gag reflex.
If Bruce Jenner goes to an SEC
You
school,
kick your ass. Unless I don't know, there's some things I don't know about you, Keith. Who knows?
I'm speechless.
Dude, I'm got like a Kenny Chestnut stomach.
Too much chess and nuts and towers today. What about you, JJ?
Okay. Darren McFadden in kickball.
Is he wearing flip flops?
What? He is wearing flip flops, and it is outside of a bar.
Oof.
I don't know if a lot of people would get that joke. I don't know if we have bandwagons after the year 2006.
Shit, no, that's funny as shit.
I mean, the guy can't kick for shit, apparently. He missed someone so wide right that he broke his toe on a brick building.
That was funny as shit.
I hope
Shouts out
that
to
lands,
Goat.
honestly. I hope some people get that joke.
The ones who will, like me, will get it.
Okay, if you could bring back any former Arkansas football coach to be the head coach today, who would it be? Will we know? Pete, go.
No, you don't know. You do not know.
Who, Lou Holtz?
Ken Hatfield.
Okay.
I don't know. I might just satisfy the fans. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Bring back Bobby. That's like the best time that I can think about. Like
Any coach?
Any coach for the football team.
Any Razorback coach.
Let me make sure it says football.
The Hugo Bezdek would make us something different.
Yeah, it is football.
All right.
Bobby.
Any position coach or anything? Like I'd like to see what a season of Steamboat Willie Robinson as the head coach would be, because upon his exit as defensive coordinator, the defense was pretty good under Petrino, right?
Yeah.
Homeboy moved to Humboldt, California, and is now growing weed in massive quantities.
He's actually the co-star of Murder Mountain now.
Wait, is that real life?
Not confirmed.
Story. Let me call him and ask. Hang on. I just want to confirm.
Don't do this on my podcast, Keith.
No, this is
my podcast.
Yes.
I'm wondering why Willie Robinson hadn't gotten a defense, like some kind of. That explains a whole lot.
If that's true,
His
then that's my answer.
No, him and his son do that. They farm that. Straight up.
The Beers on Heads podcast, unless it's been already on the other one.
But it's never been discussed.
Why
on
are
any
you
other
guys so obsessed with breaking news? Like you guys are real big J's. Everyone, not even Keith is his first time. Will no, JJ's the one that's always wanting to break news, and he'll go like, I don't know, I've heard from sources, and I'm not gonna say it's for sure, but yeah. Anyway, that's what you always
imagine
say.
the recruiting. Imagine the recruiting if he's just handing out mason jars full of Granddaddy Perp to on unofficial visits.
I know. What was Petrino doing, man?
Hey Pete, don't act like I forgot about what you just said. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you next time I see you. My answer.
As much as sorry, AJ. Go ahead, JJ. Did I call you AJ Derby? Sorry.
Yeah, you call me AJ, but that's fine. I love you. Let's go with Gus Malzahn. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I don't want that.
I was gonna drive down tonight and beat your ass.
Yeah, I wasn't. No, that's not a real answer. You know what? Pete Carroll. That's the right answer.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson.
Former head coach, though. He has to be a former head coach.
No, it doesn't say head coach. Any former Arkansas coach to be the head coach.
I was about to say before that answer, as much as my abortion clinic of a draft was, that I think that I won the mailbag challenge and I don't have to cut my pinky off. But
there's no challenge.
Sorry. Then JJ just won it.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Jimmy Johnson.
No, change my answer. My answer is going to be Bear Bryant, because if you go back and you watch they had the SEC, whatever the hell that it is, earlier this year, and I knew this a couple years before. Bear Bryant, Arkansas head coaching position, World War II hit. So let me have Bear Bryant. Because he's from Arkansas, even though he played at Alabama, went to school at Alabama, he said he always wanted the Arkansas.
Right. Put Will down for Bear Bryant's ghost.
Right. Put me down for Bear Bryant.
Okay. All right. So apparently, Bear Bryant in his decomposed body.
I don't know what made you so mad. I was just saying some facts.
I think that may be it, honestly.
Are you reading a fax?
Do what?
Are you reading a fax? Like, did you get a fax of
I'm just
questions?
filtering through questions.
Wait, hold on. I've always wanted to ask one.
Okay, no, go ahead, Will. Oh, wow. This is a surprise. I don't know what's about to come up next.
What?
Hold on. Let me just read through them.
What's going on?
What the
Dude, I
fuck
thought it
happened?
was his thing was frozen.
Okay.
That's really how he looks.
Here's a good one. What's your favorite math problem?
Whatever, I forget what it was, whatever got boobs on the calculator.
Yeah, 80085.
So like 8,804 plus 1. But no, plus 3. No, yeah. 8,008. Me. I'm drunk.
24 is ACT.
My
34.
favorite.
34.
My favorite was adding how much. Excuse me, subtracting. We call that subtracting. Subtracting how much I spent on Dixon last night from how much was in my bank account the night before, which
That's my least favorite math problem.
And it's always negative.
Right.
I
That's
don't
where it gets
have a favorite
confusing
math
too.
problem.
Once you get past 0.00 and it starts going to the negatives, that's where like your brain starts malfunctioning.
I failed math in high school 4 years in a row.
My
I don't
favorite
think you
thing
should
is
pronounce that to the world, Will. That's kind of bad.
Right now,
JJ. Do you like how fast I came up with that? 80085. And you got a 20, like a 34 on your ACT? Come on, man.
Come on,
Hey,
AJ.
do you know how many times I've made boobs pop up on my calculator? I know it's 80,085.
Come on, man. On fire today.
You're not is the thing. Play us off, Pete. Damn it.
What do you want to hear, man?
Wonderwall.
I can play Wonderwall. Everybody can play Wonderwall.
Oh, everyone can play Wonderwall. Everyone can get a 34.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us in the Beers and Head podcast. Special guest Keith Grayson. I said maybe. Gonna be the one that says, hey,
save me.
yeah,
I'm a Wonderwall.